OR token is not a security. The OR token is not a stock. It is a video game token and is used for in-game purchases in OR-supported websites, video games, and the ORForge NFT marketplace. No ownership guarantees a percentage of any ownership of OR Systems Inc., any video games, content, media productions, or other, until options are extended. OR Systems Inc. is a privately owned and operated organization that utilizes blockchain technologies and provides real-world value to the intrinsic video game currency. As such, please ensure you approach the OR token at your own discretion. No one involved in this video is a financial advisor.
What's up?
Look at our beautiful graphics. Oh, ain't that cute?
Oh, look at that. All of us?
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
All of us
Happy
have
Valentine's
a
Day.
OR system themed background. I love it.
Except Eric.
Yeah, except me.
He's got some ore stacked on the shelf back there.
There
He
you
just
go.
Even general.
What's up, guys? Episode 60. Ooh, 9 more. That'll be my favorite number.
Oh,
Just saying, episode 60.
for 12.
What? Oh, man. So, and today's guest, Dr. Trinh from MdDAO. Haven't had him on for a hot second.
Healthy brain clinic.
Healthy Brain Clinic. Oh, and that too. That's
He's
right.
gonna
So
keep
maybe we
our
can ask him
minds
what's. I know. We'll ask him what's going on with MdDAO and also this Healthy Brain Clinic. I'd like a healthy brain.
Me too.
I think I could use more of it. I think we could all use more of it these days.
Absolutely.
I think mental health is not taken as seriously as it should. So
A lot
Yeah,
of times
for
it's
sure.
not.
Indeed.
Yes, indeedy, feed the needy. What's up, guys? How's it going this week? Man,
It's going
60
good.
episodes. Can you believe that? 60.
no, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And it's always great to have Sean and Lucas on, as always.
I know they love it here. They love spending the
Captain, man on
time
the ship.
with Eric, Jimmy, and I. I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
The brains of the operation, right?
That's true. Maybe they got something special to say. Maybe not, or maybe they're just here to chill. I don't know. Maybe I'll put them on the spot. So, what's going on, guys?
How is everybody?
Hanging in there.
Good.
Can't complain.
Same. Working.
You guys do anything special for your significant others this V-Day?
Oh yeah, went for sushi and waited an hour and a half.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
That's crazy, man.
We did it on Saturday. We
Yeah,
we went
so
to
did we.
Miami Saturday night.
Yeah, we went out
So-
Saturday night.
Traditional flowers for me.
No.
Traditional. Very nice.
Boring.
What kind of flowers?
Well, roses, natural.
Oh, okay. So okay, I thought maybe
Yeah.
you went just flowers, but she had a special like water lily, calla lily sort of thing you
Nah.
found.
You know the leftover ones from the day before that they charged $16 for?
There you
Yeah.
go.
Got her 5 times on Valentine's Day. Yeah, those.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
resourceful. I don't care what you say. That's resourceful.
See, what about
I got
you,
my
Eric?
wife flowers, candy. I went traditional.
Very nice.
She
very nice.
liked it.
We did a family Valentine's dinner on Saturday.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
The whole fam. Oh, fam. A little
And Armando got a haircut, man. He got that.
yeah, I
pretty
got my fatal flow. Got my fatal because it's been a while. My son and I usually go together,
Yeah.
but he wants to grow his hair out much longer than normal. So I'm like, I can't wait anymore, bro. I gotta go. So he's got a mop on his head.
Was he gonna get the broccoli
And-
haircut? Like all the kids got the little broccoli haircut now.
That-
That look like I had a college.
That's what I'm gonna call it that. I'm gonna call it that. He pushes it back and then he pulls it forward. I don't get it. And they all do that. I don't know.
Yep.
I know.
These kids
I'm
these days.
Hey,
These kids.
Jimmy and I used to do the same thing. This is what happens.
Yeah, all right.
Well, I'm gonna show him this recording. Yo,
Don't do
dude,
that.
like, dude, look what he did. Look what
Careful,
happened.
man. Yeah.
Gotta keep it cut, man. Gotta keep it-
Gotta keep it cut. Makes him want to grow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I'm happy to have Dr. Trinh on tonight. It's going to be
Mhm.
as we start rolling toward Mental Health Month. I think it's good for us to talk about it. I know I have had my own challenges with that in the past, and it's good to build your tribe around you and keep your tribe strong. So it'd be good to talk to Dr. Trinh about it. He's doing some really cool stuff, research for Alzheimer's, etc. Really anxious to talk to him tonight and kind of see what he's got up his sleeve, man. He's a well-respected individual in the mental health part of town, research, etc. So I'm interested personally.
Yeah.
Me too.
A lot of our conversations kind of hover around mental health lately, because the orientation of the game, part of our desire to bring the game to life is based on some of our personal relationships with people who have had an untimely demise, and we're trying to do our part to help bring some awareness to it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's not just military people.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people out there with trauma who need a friendly ear. They need somebody to talk to. They need to build their.
I was gonna say, do the people out here even know what game we're talking about?
We haven't actually been forthcoming with that.
No, man. We're just talking about some game now. Come on.
Yeah.
I'll be here more.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My ears are
I don't know
perked.
nothing.
Am I hearing things? I'm hearing things. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't hear none. I don't know
Maybe.
none.
We're fine.
Gotta get my head checked out. Maybe Dr. Trinh can help me, man.
There you go.
I'm hearing things. I'm hearing things.
Yeah, we're working
There
on a
you
project.
go.
We'll just put it like that. We're working on a project. We think it's going to help raise awareness for some of the issues that we care pretty deeply about. We think it's going to be a good tool in the end. Ultimately, it's going to be fun to play. There'll be some rivalries created, in the game. Just, sometimes the best medicine is laughter, the ability to compete with each other, the ability to share stories, open dialogues. These are the kind of things you're going to see coming from war systems in the not so distant future.
What this world needs more of, man. Laughter and camaraderie, bonding, getting people together.
Well, if you want to laugh, you can go check out Fight for the White House now. Download it on Google Play.
Oh, there you go. Good plug. Good plug.
You want to get a little good laugh in and just
Get your Google Wallet
kinda-
on Google Play too.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's
There you go.
kind of bust that wall down between all the political angst we have in the country these days. It's just kind of a good little relief, man. That's the way it was intended to. Just something to be fun.
How it should be. Absolutely. Can't wait.
That's cool.
I haven't gone out, man. I haven't played it yet, but
I played
It's
it
on
on
my
my phone. It's great.
Which one? Oh,
Fight for the White House.
yeah, no. I thought you were talking about some other game.
The intro was great. The intro to the game, oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of little funnies in the game, man. It's just it won an award for crying out loud. So I like it.
What's this concept art? Shareable concept art.
Indeed.
Let's do it.
Can't hear Jimmy.
Favorite? Okay.
Is that-
Sorry.
Isn't that from a movie? You can't hear Jimmy.
Mm.
What movie is that from, man?
Oh, I
It
don't
was one of
remember.
the. He's talking about Jimi Hendrix. You can't hear Jimmy.
Oh yeah, that's White Men Can't Jump.
Yeah,
You hear Jimmy, but you ain't listen to Jimmy.
Yeah. No, I thought it was you listen to Jim, but you can't hear. No.
Right. Something like that.
One or the other.
Something like
One or
that.
the other.
Yeah.
It floats around there somewhere. Yeah.
Can't hear Jimmy.
I haven't seen that one in a hot minute.
It's a funny one.
Rosie Perez, right? Rosie Perez was in
Good
that.
one.
Why you gotta
Yeah.
be so stupid? Come on, Billy. Why you gotta be so stupid?
I remember there was a couple parts I like paused and rewinded a couple times. Like, oh, I think you can see side boob. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
man.
you dork.
PG-13, Armando. They showed PG.
The
I'm
joy,
sure.
White Man Can't Jump. You had to be what? At mid-teenage years during that
Yeah,
time?
oh, yeah.
Armando?
Right?
Yes,
It
I
came
think
out, yeah.
what year was
93.
that? 93?
Oh,
No, I was-
6 or something.
Oh, no,
Fast
I gotta
Times at
know.
Ridgemont High would be one that was very much paused at a certain
92.
scene, which I won't get into. I'm sure I don't have to. 92.
I was in,
Okay,
I was in
close.
8th grade.
Yeah.
I was in 8th grade. I was either 12 or 13.
Perfect
Gotta
size.
admit that.
Nick busted out some shareable contacts and
Oh.
shareable art. Let me share it out real quick, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, let's
Okay.
check it out.
Show some
Just a little bit of
Ooh.
maybe a little sneaky preview of some things you might see. Just some concept art that we're working
That's
on.
really cool.
Mhm.
Wow.
That poppy field gives me the heebie-jeebies, man.
Yeah, it does.
So does that one.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
That's a good one.
Beautiful.
Yeah, anyway, just a little bit
That's
of concept.
really,
A sneaky peeky.
Little sneak peeky. I'm okay with that.
Sneaky, like a vampire.
If I'm
Ooh,
hot.
maybe we should go to a commercial break before we get Dr. Trinh in here.
Cool.
See you in a sec.
You think
Wait,
so?
no, Dr. Trent.
You think so?
Do it.
Forge greatness, this is what you need. Next level marketplace with the NFT. Music, podcasts, movies, and more. Crypto games, take it to the next level for sure. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. To my movie makers and musicians, time to level up. Bring your content, even all my game developers. We got movie streaming, music streaming, so you wanna be in the mix. This ain't no big production company. Over over 25,000 or users, yes indeed. Only charging 2.3% sales fee. Own all your music, all your games, own your future. Set your own terms. This is how you do it. You need or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Let's go. Forge greatness. Woo.
Here we go.
And we're back. What's up, Warriors? There's another. We have a guest here. We have Dr. Trinh from MdDAO and Healthy Brain Clinic. It's been a hot second since they were first on. He and his team are on for MdDAO. But again, hey, Dr. Trinh, thank you for joining us. We appreciate the time that you give us. So how have things been since we last spoke? It's been a hot second.
Yeah, it's been busy. It's been busy with lots of conversations with collaborators, and we're in the process of pretty much building the engine under the hood, right? So if MdDAO is a pretty looking car, we are in the process of building the engine and speaking with different potential partners, collaborators, folks who are already in the metaverse, folks who are developing metaverses, folks in mental health, partners that are in that space, and so just basically kind of putting the puzzle together is what we've been doing over the last number of months since we chatted, and so it's been good.
Nice. Could you elaborate on what maybe MdDAO's been up to lately?
Absolutely, absolutely. So there are organizations that are developing the mental health, for example, and so they're putting together mental health specialists, psychologists, therapists, and they're looking for a framework to go onto a metaverse with their mental health product, right, or services. So we're speaking to one of the co-founders, Elizabeth Beach is one. She's out here in Los Angeles. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's been on your organization. But so she's got that product and service. We're speaking to another organization that has a wellness app, an AI app actually, called the Good Life, I think, .ai or something like that. And so they use AI to basically kind of gauge how you're doing through text messaging AI, right? But think about that. The AI is text messaging you back and forth, and you're responding, and so they're, everyone in this space is pretty much a new startup in this last 2 years. So we're having chats with them, and how we can kind of plug in a wellness AI app, attach it to Elizabeth Beach's product and services, which is essentially bringing on therapists online to do services. And so those are the kind of folks we are talking to currently, and putting together a puzzle. I think the cool thing is that we don't have to rebuild an engine or build an engine. Actually, there are many folks building certain parts of this engine, and we're having conversations with all of them so that we can find a way to kind of plug and play the different parts of this engine together. So it's been a really neat process, just vetting and discussions with lots of different folks. I know Helene Blanchette has flown out to I think Monaco or somewhere out there in Europe to chat about this, and so we're all going around. I know Arabian obviously is going all over the place and speaking about this, our project as well. So that's kind of what we're up to, talking to folks with different parts of the engine and seeing how it works.
We're actually very interested in this part of town too, because a couple of us here actually have our own issues with that mental health, whether PTSD, TBI. What really concerns me is your field of expertise. As I know some of those symptoms of PTSD and things exacerbate that Alzheimer's in the onset. But what part of the engine are you specifically, Dr. Trinh, when it comes to, kind of the whole mental health picture?
Absolutely. So I work in the world of brain health. So I'm the founder of the Healthy Brain Clinic, right? HealthyBrainClinic.com. And so my work includes research, clinical trials. We do the phase 2, phase 3, double-blinded, right? Clinical trials evaluating, for example, medications that are going through the FDA pipeline. So that's kind of my work. I'm in research. I'm a data guy and reviewing data and putting folks and recruiting patients for research in this mental health space. So on the West Coast, Irvine Clinical Research, which I'm part of, is probably the largest independent private research site on the West Coast that's dedicated to this kind of research, especially Alzheimer's research and pre-Alzheimer's. We know that folks with TBI, we know that folks with concussions, with traumatic brain injuries are at higher risk for dementia, for Alzheimer's when they get older. And folks with mental health issues like depression are at higher risk for Alzheimer's and dementia. And so I'm doing these clinical trials for prevention and also for treatment. That's kind of my space with that.
That's really great. Do you see any linkage between like post-traumatic stress, TBI, Alzheimer's, or anything to that effect?
Absolutely. They're linked in different ways. TBI, concussions, essentially, when you look at the pathophysiology, the science behind it, a lot of these conditions are linked to inflammation of the brain, stress, for example, through battle, right, through war. That kind of stress produces high levels of chronic cortisol production, and it's just body's internal steroids, and that leads to all kinds of problems in the brain with that, and that includes problems with dementia. Inflammatory brain is what all these roads lead to. Whether you're going there from PTSD, TBI, concussions, it leads to an inflamed brain, and an inflamed brain causes what we call neurodegeneration, which is a problem where you start losing brain cells as an end result of all this.
So a lot of that neuroinflammatory response that you're talking about, and release of mast cells, high levels of cortisol continuously. I resemble that remark, unfortunately. And I think there's a lot in the military community like me right now, and they don't realize, that impending doom, so to speak, is exacerbated. Being we'll just say early 50s kind of gentleman, my brain is probably more like a 65-year-old's brain. And I think a lot of studies have shown that 65 is when Alzheimer's really starts to double in effects. So I am extremely interested in your work, Dr. Trinh, for selfish reasons. But
we should do something about it.
We all are.
Yeah, but well beyond that, I think there's a lot more of us out there in the community who are looking forward to that. I know there's no cure, but I think there's a lot of lifestyle changes that can be made, especially for post-service people, whether just wellness or what have you. And I think the other main problem is there is no place to get that information exclusively. It's all over, but you have to know what you're looking for. So when you look at something like a medical metaverse like MdDAO, that's one-stop shopping.
Yeah.
For the things that you need to do. And I think that concept is very, very good. And I think we're proud to be part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I know from a gaming perspective, and I know you guys are developing some gaming for veterans and things of that sort to address their health issues. What's interesting is that we have research right here at University of California, Irvine. I'm friends with the professors that are in this research, and specific to the world of like memory loss and Alzheimer's. Did you know that playing Super Mario, brother, improves your memory?
That was my next question. Well, not about Super Mario Brothers, but you have an exposure to gaming as a mode of therapy. That's really interesting.
100%. And as a matter of fact, we have this published, right? I'll send you the publication. Super Mario Brother improves memory in those with early dementia, Alzheimer's diagnosis, and it improves memory better than Angry Birds. And Angry Birds improves memory better than another game. We actually compared the games, believe it or not.
Wow.
And we have that data right here at UC Irvine. And I'm sure, this kind of data, and I'll put you in contact maybe with the professor behind this. But you can apply that to the gaming, infrastructure that you're developing for veterans, because there's data behind this.
Yeah, and we're absolutely willing to entertain those conversations. As ours is a more of a first-person shooter slant, we think that bodes well with our military audience, honestly, because to some that's a comfort zone. It's a way to release stress and maybe lower some of those cortisol levels. It's a way to bond and reconnect with your tribe, so to speak. I'm a big tribal guy. What I mean by that is, when you leave the military, you kind of lose your tribe. And so in any way we can, we try to reconnect with our tribe. Socially speaking, that happens now, online, whether it be through a chat in a game, or whether it be through social media, or whether it be, wherever you find yourself. But I think it's important to continuously keep connected to that tribe. And gaming is one way to do that. I see it with my son all the time. He's chatting with people from Canada, from Europe, from all over the world.
Right. So, absolutely. My tribe is right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is my tribe, right? I'm a Corporal Trinh, 4th Medical Battalion.
Nice.
And so a veteran myself with that. And my son's now a lieutenant in the Marine Corps.
Oh,
the
wow.
second lieutenant. And he's in the active reserves. But he just finished training out in Virginia, right, in Quantico, and now with the light armored vehicle or reconnaissance with that.
Cool.
But yeah, we're in the same tribes, guys.
Absolutely. So another quick question, Dr. Trinh. What type of data points would actually help somebody who's trying to build a game around whether it's evaluation or finding triggers or a treatment protocol? What kind of data set would actually be helpful there?
You want to collect the cognitive assessments at baseline and cognitive assessments right during the gaming and after the gaming. You want to create the metrics that you want to follow, whether it's metrics on, let's say, anxiety, right? So there are anxiety scales that are validated that you would implement into this therapy with gaming. And most of these scales can be done online. Folks don't have to be in person. Mm-hmm. And these are the same scales that we use in research all the time, right? The PHQ-9 is for depression. There's a CSSRC, which is a suicidal rating scale that you can do. And we know that the issues with veterans and suicide. So we can implement that scale and have somebody take the scales, collect those data points, play the game, and however you want to structure it over time, over a period of time, months, weeks, whatever, and then do these follow-up scales to see if you're making a difference in whether it's suicidal, anxiety, depression, memory, cognition, whatever that is. That would be the way I would design something like this. And it's very publishable if you get good data.
Sounds very familiar, actually. And so when you baseline people like that, and you see changes over time, and maybe they go from a civilian, into the military, like your son or like yourself, wouldn't it be interesting on the other side to see how that has changed people? To include the baseline, biometric type of functions, whether it's O2 sat, heart rate, blood pressure, just to see how people are baselined, and then how things change with that cortisol or that dopamine response. Maybe a reaction in the game, that addictive behavior that, kind of keeps us playing games and makes us do other things that aren't quite as, nice as playing games. But very, very interesting stuff. I think let's take a quick commercial break, gentlemen. When we come back, we'll continue on our want to talk about games and mental health. So stand by. Thanks, Dr. Trinh. We'll be right back.
What does CBGB stand for?
Country Bluegrass Blues.
We have a band.
You're gonna want to crank it.
Not very country.
This club's gonna be different.
This band is Talking Heads.
We're Blondie.
We're the Ramones.
We're the Jet Boys.
Patti Smith Group.
Lou Reed. I can't sleep on a mattress when bands are getting signed right and left.
These kids have something to say. We really should listen.
Yep, I'll take the second.
All right, we're back.
I'm not all the way back in.
Hey, we're back. So we're back with Dr. Trinh. Sorry about that. The commercial caught up with us. But the gaming. What type of benefits have you been seeing in Alzheimer's patients with gaming? Have you seen any reversals or not reversal, but
slowing down?
Slowing.
Absolutely.
Slowing down?
Absolutely. What we're seeing in the studies on gaming, and granted, these are small studies, right? Where these are not like studies in thousands of people, but the studies coming out of UC Irvine, and those with early dementia, the early stages of Alzheimer's and dementia, we're seeing benefit as far as comparing it to a control group who's not playing a game, or to a control group who's playing a different game, depending on the game that's played. We are definitely seeing benefit. The other thing we're seeing is that we talked about neuroplasticity, right? We also talked about the ability to build new brain cells. There's some good early data of the ability to, as you're stimulating your brain with what we call sensory enrichment. The term that we use and the science behind gaming is sensory enrichment. You are enriching your vision, your hearing, your coordination, right, with a joystick, playing Super Mario Brother and these other games. And as you're doing that, you're exercising these brain cells that are kind of slowly going away with dementia. And we're seeing that benefit, especially in the hippocampus, which is an area where memory is stored. We're seeing some potential new brain cells being formed with that.
Awesome.
Very, very exciting things that are being evaluated in these early stage studies. Of course, we have to develop the studies and move on to the next phases with larger groups of folks with that. But you know what? In this healthy brain clinic that we have, one of the things I'm building actually is it's kind of like a brain health center for the community. And so other than bringing in patients to, draw their blood, do clinical trials and things of that sort, we have a location where I want to develop, believe it or not, a gaming center. And bring in a few of those old 1980s arcades games, right? The stand-up arcades.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
And create, obviously I'll bring in my favorite games, but there'll be other games that for the patient, of course, for the patient.
I'm already putting a list together in my head right now.
Oh yeah,
Little joust
Defender,
action.
right?
Yes.
Defender, Asteroids, all these different games from the 80s, and because this arcade is really a healthy brains gaming center that patients can participate in what we're building and developing here.
Yeah, maybe even in the metaverse, you do that through the Oculus.
Absolutely. Doesn't have to be Oculus, right?
Doesn't have to be.
This isn't real, but this is a little collectible I keep right next to my computer.
I like it. I like it. How many games do you got in there?
No, there's nothing. It's a collectible. But I plan on buying the real one for $5,000 at some point.
Yeah. And there's a ton of games, right? Like you can upload to that one large console.
Just Sunday, I was playing Frogger, Contra, and a couple others. It was just awesome. And I hadn't played Contra or Frogger in years. So
wow, that's why you look so smart, Eric.
Yeah, there you go. See what I'm saying?
The additional games. Yeah, absolutely. So think about it in the metaverse, right? Or what you guys are developing now. Somebody goes in, they have a virtual chat with with a virtual doctor. It could be myself, it could be a different docs, and you can use Chat GTP to initiate that conversation and collect data, right? Collect that intake on how that patient is feeling, and then you bring all that data to the doctor who's virtual, and then maybe the prescription for that patient, for that veteran, is go play this game, right? Click on that button, start the game. And before you play in the game, let's do a little assessment on where you're at. And this is our validated, assessment tool. It could be an anxiety tool, a depression tool, a suicidal tool. You put it all together, have them do an assessment, go play the game, play it, once a day, every day for 30 minutes. And let's come back in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and let's redo the assessment and tell us how you feel. Now we got your baseline, we got a follow-up. And now you got some real data on something that you can push out nationally with that.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So awesome.
That's we kind of came to some of those similar conclusions. I've had quite a bit of applied therapies for mental health. So one of the standard things that you really interact with is like your PCL intake documentation that's really subjective. And so what we wanted to do is kind of take some of that subjectivity out of it with the capacities that we're talking about capturing data.
Yep.
So it would be a more accurate interaction between the patient and the provider with some of those data sets. If you could point your magical wand at any of those data sets, what would be the most pivotal types of information that you could catch from your patients?
Yeah, if you're looking specifically at veterans, the information I would collect would be symptoms of PTSD, right? And whether that could be anxiety or panic attacks or depression. We have a scale for each one of those. We have a validated scale that's already validated through research that you can use and apply it and collect real data that's publishable. So if you put down the 5 top bullet points of PTSD, what is it, right? Mm-hmm. It's depression, it's anger management, right? It's anxiety. It's so put in those questions into your scale, put the scales together, and now you have a PTSD intake is what you have.
And you can actually make that innocuous. And I think with AI and integration into some of the things that are happening nowadays, it's not like you go sit down and you fill out the questionnaire, and if you had a bad day going to work that day or whatever, things change drastically on the scale. I think there's a lot of ways to integrate this creatively into that process, whereby that assessment is absolutely accurate, but it's not quite as medical.
That's right. It's a conversation.
Right. It's really conversational
with AI, and that AI could be, a digital twin of somebody, right? You can create your digital twin of a doc or Arabian Prince, right? Asking the questions, and and have Arabian ask those questions through his digital twin, and it's just a conversation. How are you feeling from a scale of 1 to 10, right? Tell me what that number could be, and go on to the next question, have that conversation back and forth. Absolutely.
Honestly, we think the ability to reach that audience on a large scale is going to provide the information that researchers and docs need right now to help stem the tide of some of these mental health emergencies that we see, especially in the veteran community and well beyond that also. So interesting times.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, especially post-COVID. Going through COVID, mental health is a huge unmet need right now.
What are the challenges and hurdles that gaming therapy, like you might anticipate with using gaming as therapy?
You kind of cut out there, Eric.
Oh, what are some challenges and hurdles that you might expect or might anticipate with using gaming as therapy?
The hurdles could be, once you build the engine of how the process works and the flow work, it's really just recruitment of participants. It's getting the word out, finding how to make this budget neutral, right? So that from a business perspective, it makes sense to you. And so those are the big things I see. Building the engine itself does not seem hard, simply because I live in this world with research. It's pretty straightforward in my mind how to build this. But you'll need funding for recruitment, and then you got to publish this, right? You got to have somebody analyze the data, get a data analyst in, and make sure that your data is statistically significant, right? That is valid. So you need a certain n number, a certain power to make that statistically significant. But I think you're on something really huge that is an unmet need in the veteran community right now, and that's mental health. And to make fun into a gaming world is absolutely fabulous.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love video games? I gotta say it. Who doesn't? You won't find many people, so it's not a hard thing to talk someone into trying, especially for the cause of mental health, and they're gonna see results,
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to play a game? I'd rather play a game than see a doctor, right? So if I'm getting therapy,
for you, Dr.
I'm actually going to play Miss Pac-Man after this. Just letting you guys know. In full disclosure.
When you said Super Mario Brothers, which one? 1, 2? No, I'm just kidding. What? Oh yeah. What type of examinations are associated with these cognitive measurements for TBIs or traumatic events?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't require a physical exam. But certainly you could collect vital sign data, right? Someone who's stressed will be tachycardic more frequently, right? Tachycardic, fast heart rate, blood pressure issues, things of that sort. So there's a lot of vital sign data that you can collect simply from your Apple Watch or from your Fitbit.
Sure.
All these devices out there, the biometrics, you can collect that information. We know tons of RPM providers, remote, patient monitoring providers I can introduce you to that has equipment that maybe they can donate to the research to figure this out. And that's pretty neat for remote patient monitoring. So you ask yourself, the question we would ask is, if you have PTSD, what would be abnormal in your exam, right? So, I mean, your heart exam would be fine, your lung exam would be fine. You wouldn't find any of that in somebody with PTSD. The exam that would not be fine would be the cognitive assessments that we talked about. But as far as vital signs, maybe that is an issue. Maybe these veterans have more of a problem with blood pressure because they're always stressed, right? And maybe they can't sleep at night. And obviously we can all measure sleep, right? Yep. From your Apple Watch, you can, or I have the Whoop I'm wearing, which measures my sleep. It tells me, how much deep sleep, how much REM sleep, how much light sleep. That's all significant for somebody with PTSD. Are they sleeping?
Sleep hygiene protocols.
Yeah, sleep
critical.
Absolutely.
Yeah, critical, absolutely critical
to see any type of positive changes.
Yes.
In my personal experience, anyways. Once I got my sleep down, everything else kind of fell into place around that.
100%. So that would be the exam I would do. I would do the sleep evaluation, which I can collect on a an Apple Watch. So very important. Very important. Those are things I would recommend.
Dr. Trinh, tell us a little bit more about the Healthy Brain Clinic. Like we've been talking. I mean, what is the Healthy Brain Clinic, and how does it help my brain?
You can go to healthybrainclinic.com.
Go there. It's linked below.
Yeah, that's it. Healthybrainclinic.com. We're located in Orange County. I'm the founder, co-founder, chief medical officer. I wear a few different CMO hats, but
Sure.
Healthy Brain Clinic is my latest little fun venture that I'm doing, and it's all about developing a healthy brain to a patient, and whether it's Alzheimer's related or mental health related or depression related. And we have all the lifestyle techniques and strategies we can recommend for a healthy brain without taking a pill, right? So because I'm in that world of research, I have all the data on what it takes. There's 20 different things you can do without taking up pills to optimize your brain. And we can have another conversation sometimes you want to do that. But that's what we do when we do it at no cost to patients.
Yeah, we'll absolutely go check it out. So what kind of, if you could recommend just some simple resiliency measures that you see right now for those with mental health concerns, top 3 maybe.
Top 3. Number 1, physical exercise. Exercise lowers inflammation. Exercise lowers stress. Exercise improves your mood. We have data on that. Exercise reduces the risk of Alzheimer's. At least 30 minutes a day is what we recommend, right? 3-4 days a week if you can. The more, the better. So much linked with exercise. Exercise improves circulation to your brain, right? Removes toxins, things of that sort. So that's a big one. A second big one is sleep, right? As Lucas mentioned, sleep. We undervalue the benefit of sleep, the health benefit of sleep. And I know that because I don't get enough sleep, and nor does the rest of America, right?
Right.
But sleep is when the brain is given an opportunity to kind of take out the trash, right? Take out all the trash that's building up in our brain and our body. In the world of Alzheimer's, we got these Alzheimer's plaque that builds up. Every patient with Alzheimer's have plaque, right? This we call it the amyloid plaque, the beta amyloid plaque, the tau proteins, and there's a balance between plaque production and plaque removal. And so those with Alzheimer's, they're producing more plaque than they can remove. So that's why you get Alzheimer's. Plaque removal occurs the most during sleep. So if you're not sleeping, you're not removing your plaque, and that increases the risk for Alzheimer's, right? And so sleep, guys, is huge, and we need at least 7 hours of sleep a night, at least. And I know I'm a culprit of not getting enough sleep, right?
Damn, I need more.
Yeah. And then the third thing is nutrition. The third big thing is nutrition, because food is medicine. Truly. Food is medicine, right? What you eat is going to be either therapeutic for you or poison, one or the other, right? Food is information, right? The food you eat is going to trigger your genes. It's going to activate certain genes to do good things, or it's going to activate certain genes to do bad things. So food is information. It's not just food. It's actually information for your brain, information for your genetics, and it activates your genome, really. So number 3 would be nutrition. And there's a list of foods that are anti-inflammatory foods that reduces inflammation. There is a diet that reduces the risk of Alzheimer's by 54%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and there is a diet published.
Is that listed? Where is that?
Is that keto?
I can email you all that stuff. Yeah, I have an ebook.
Please do, actually.
Yeah, I'll email you guys an ebook. I have an ebook that's actually on Amazon, one of the Amazon bestsellers. But I'll just email it to you.
Can we pull that up, Armando?
I'm gonna look. I'm on it right now.
Just please share any way to keep tabs with your content. We'd love to be able
Absolutely.
to inquire further.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can just go to Amazon, look up my name, look up Alzheimer's, and you'll find my ebook on there.
Oh,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So
You know,
we
it's
have
obviously something we're all. I mean, for me, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I'm obviously more concerned about it now than I've ever been because I'm getting older. I'm not getting younger, so
My mom's
this
starting
you
to
could
show
have come at a
those.
better time.
My mom's starting to show those signs, and it's not fun.
It's scary, man. It's heart wrenching,
scary.
you know.
Yeah.
Get up
Who are
there.
you guys again? What am I doing here? I'm scared.
That's scary, you know. I mean, sir, would you have any last words or anybody want to shout out to? Any of the boys back at MdDAO? Any of the people at the Brain Clinic?
No, I thank you for inviting me. It's good to be back with you guys again. It's been a while.
You're a two-timer. He's got his two-timer club card.
Two-timer. Absolutely. No, just shout out to the Healthy Brain Clinic folks and to MdDAO and to you guys and Nick and Raven Prince and all that. It's been fun, and we're looking forward to continue this journey with you guys and to help you develop this gaming for veterans. It's pretty cool, and would love to be able to help with that.
Absolutely. We look forward to it, Dr. Chin. Thank you so
work.
much for your time.
Indeed.
Tremendous work.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Take care, guys.
Thank
Take
you.
Have a good night, Dr. Chin.
Bye-bye.
That was amazing. I'm sure
At War Systems, our software development toolkit can be used by game developers to create more efficient blockchain management within their new titles. With the OR SDK, you can create in-game currency and non-fungible tokens that have real-world value. Our SDK can be integrated seamlessly, giving players the ability to collect, own, and exchange their NFT items. Visit us now to learn more.
What's up? And we're back. Man,
we're back.
Eye-opening for me.
Dr. Trin.
Dr.
Doing
Trinh is
tremendous work.
very smart.
Indeed.
Smart guy.
I like listening to the guys like that.
Yep.
I hate when smarter people are on.
you know, honestly, man, when you hear what he said about kind of the top three at the end there, it's really all those things your mom's been telling you since you were little, right?
Sure is.
Yeah. Right. Get some sleep. You know?
Exercise, move around, don't sit around, do nothing. But hey, no, but she did say stop playing video games. I'm like, Mom.
Yeah, she did. I was just gonna say that. My mom used to say, like, what are you gonna do with that?
Play some video games, but you still got to get out there and play some football too, you know.
Yeah, you got to move
do
around.
a little bit of something.
Absolutely.
Exercise. Nowadays, in the metaverse, maybe you get on your little treadmill with your Oculus on and take off running through the Matrix.
Yeah, you can run anywhere with those things now. You could be like in the mountains and the thing actually lifts and raises. Yeah. That's really
absolutely
cool,
the best of it all. Interesting conversation there. Look forward to talking to Dr. Trinh more in the future.
Absolutely.
Very intelligent.
Yeah. Jimmy, I'm going to give you the link, and you can put it in the for his itty bitty Alzheimer's book, because that's me going through it myself and seeing it go through my mom. I'm like, damn.
I'll tell you what, when he was talking about building and putting together an old 80s arcade, that definitely piqued my interest.
You know what it made me think of is the guys that we ran into at CES that were putting the games in the cabinets, man.
They're here.
I was wanting to get.
Jimmy was playing.
I was gonna say I thought they were in your neck of the woods. Yeah.
Yep.
They're on our neck of the woods. We'd probably pop over there and say hi.
Absolutely.
Hey, man. I'm all about the console coming back, but not the parachute pants, bro.
No, I'm good at that.
You don't want to wear some Zoombas, man, and get yourself some Zimas.
Zimas. Oh my god.
I'm cool with the broccoli hair too. I'm cool with the broccoli hair.
Parachute pants.
Okay, here I'll ask the question. So, what was the worst thing about the '80s?
No.
Armando, were you alive in the '80s, man?
I was
I
was 2 through 12, 2 to 12. So I was there.
Yeah.
I love everything '80s, so I don't know.
It's all back, right? And I think it's off. It's funny when my kids start talking about this new thing. It's like from the '80s.
It ain't so
I'm
new.
like, man.
Yeah. Pastels, blah blah blah, breakdancing. Gotcha. Shut up.
That's a good question though. I never solved that Rubik's cube. That was the thing.
I mean,
that's the thing I couldn't stand about the
I'd give anything for it to be the '80s again and be that age. Shit.
Oh man, me too.
No way.
Yeah, that's a really good question, man. I'm actually trying to think of what. I mean, there's not much I didn't like. Man,
I think it was all cool, man. It's always cooler when you tell the fish story later, right? First you catch a fish this big, and by the time it's our turn, that fish is that big.
Yeah.
Everything was good in the '80s. No, it wasn't.
No, yeah, of course not.
It seems a lot cooler now, though. Hey, Eric, to your comment, man, I actually did solve the Rubik's Cube this past weekend.
No, you didn't.
I did. I actually sat down, watched a video. It was a life goal. It was a life goal, man. And my wife posted on.
I have one too. I should go get it.
My wife posted on Facebook, so it happened.
I remember being 2 years old and trying to peel the stickers off, just getting frustrated. And I'm like, it doesn't work.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta love it, man.
It's like getting the wrong answer from the Magic 8 Ball, if you remember those in the 80s, early 90s. You ever have one of those, Armando? The Magic 8 Ball?
No, my friends did.
Yeah.
I always wanted an 8-ball jacket, but it was too expensive.
There you go.
And where I lived, you would get robbed if you had one. 8-ball jacket.
Would you rather? Nick, I think Nick might jump in with this one. He said, "Would you rather have unlimited money now, or go back to when you were 7 with all the knowledge you currently have?" That's a good one. But unlimited money is unlimited. But I would also like to be 7, and I know by 11, if I knew what I knew now, I'd be a millionaire. So.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
Yeah. I think you just have to go back through all of that experience.
If you knew everything you knew now, you couldn't do anything with it. You'd become rich because you'd like invest in stuff, but you couldn't like.
Oh, I'd be
build
betting on
games.
Betting on games like the Almanac.
Sportsbook, yeah.
Or go to all the Super Bowls.
Okay,
bet on
Back
Super
to the
Bowl.
Future 2.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now we're going back to.
Or you could create Lugal,
Lugal.
Time machine.
What was it? Hot Tub Time Machine where he does that?
Yeah.
The guy
So if you're trying to find something, you Lugal it.
Yeah. Man, from my standpoint, you keep your money. I'll take that time. If I could do it again,
time. Yeah, time is time, man.
Sounds right. You can't buy time,
man.
You
can't buy fucking time, man. Oof. Sorry, kids show.
Sounds right.
But
time.
would you? But
time
would
is
you?
time is
but
temporary.
you know the life you have now.
Yeah.
How do you get that? Because if you went back knowing everything you did, you might not have the same trajectory. You remember Mr. Baseball, right? That movie.
Yeah.
No regrets.
He lost his wife.
Right?
He lost his
Was that
kids
Lucian?
because because he hit the baseball. So he's like, well, he hit the home run. So he's like, oh man, where's
the
butterfly? So would you give that
effect.
all up?
The butterfly effect.
That's right.
That's what that is.
That's a hard one, man.
That's another good one.
That's a hard one.
It's something else
Good
to
question,
pontificate about.
That's thick.
Here, one thing I would bring back from the 80s, even though I could just probably go on Netflix, was V: The Final Battle, or the show V, if you remember that.
It's on Tubi or something. I loved
That's
it.
gross.
I loved it,
man.
The original version.
Not the remake. You didn't like the remake. The original was great.
No,
in the 80s.
I love the original because I was watching that, live in my parents' living room when I was a kid.
Yep, me too.
But like the remake, not so much.
I didn't see the remake, but I'm talking about the one from '84, Mark Singer, right?
Yep.
Diana. Oh, whew.
Cool.
Never mind.
God, here we go.
Talk about pause moments. I love that. Still in love with it.
Creepy later.
He was the Beastmaster too, wasn't he?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Beastmaster.
Yeah. He had the two ferrets. Yeah. There you go. That was great. It came out like 82, 83. That was great, man.
Hey, Hollywood.
Who's the redhead?
If you're listening, bring back the Beastmaster.
Bring back Beastmaster.
Oh,
Dar.
that.
His name was Dar. His name was Dar, and he fought the Jun Horde. Remember them guys?
Oh.
Mayax
What was
and
her
the Jun
name?
Horde. Mayax and the Jun Horde.
Who was the redhead though when she came out of the
Tanya
river?
Roberts.
Tanya
Was
Roberts.
that Tanya Roberts?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a question.
Damn, Jimmy's got a man.
Oh, she don't look. She don't look like that anymore.
Well,
She was like 23 in that movie.
That was 40
shit,
years
she
ago.
died. Oh, she died 2 years ago.
Oh, she did. She was. Remember, she was the mom of the one of them's moms in that '70s show too.
Oh,
somebody's boyfriend. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The neighbor's wife, I think.
Yeah. The older guy with the Donna's dad.
Yep. Ah,
Hey, speaking of the 70s show, have you guys watched that 90s show?
I have not, man.
Is it worth it?
The best part about it is Red and Kitty.
Entertaining.
The best part is Red and Kitty. Red and Kitty are still hilarious, but the kids aren't as dynamic as the other ones were.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, but
what's funny about the actor, and I'm forgetting his name now. They were talking about when they first got on set for that 70s show, and they said all they would do is harass him about doing lines from RoboCop. You know, that was funny, man. Can you fly, Bobby?
Sheena. I remember that movie, Sheena.
Oh,
I know that one. Yep.
Oh, man.
Opening up the Wayback Files.
Yep.
When they started attacking her from the helicopter, and all she knew was horses. Oh man, that lucky effort.
And with that, it's time to go.
And with that, by the way, Warriors, we're at episode.
It's like that one extra text that you probably shouldn't have sent.
I should have quit while I was ahead. But thank you, Warriors. Episode 60 in the books. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Dr. Trinh.
Every week for the past 60 weeks on the show. Again, really appreciate all the people who've been following us since day one. Since the first day that we went live, and we were like, whoa, look at that market cap. We'll be there one day again, but not financial advice. So anyway, thank you so much, Sean, Jimmy, Eric, Lucas. Thank you.
Gentlemen.
We'll see you next week. Oh, wait, I forgot my line. To the billions and billions, thank you. Okay, take care.
Cheers, guys.
Introducing the Cool Wallet Pro, an enhanced hardware wallet the size of your credit card. It packs the most sophisticated cold storage technology inside, giving you full control of your digital assets whenever, wherever you need it. Cool Wallet Pro connects offline to only your mobile device within a 10-meter distance, and requires you to physically confirm every transaction on your Cool Wallet Pro after checking transaction details for optimal security. Cool Wallet Pro is designed for the professional crypto user who needs more than just superior security in a hardware wallet. You can plug in directly to the world of DeFi, DEXs, and other DApps, allowing you to earn easy passive income from staking and DeFi on the best crypto blockchains. Through our extensive marketplace, you can trade, sell, and buy directly from trusted third parties, all within the Cool Wallet app. While staying anonymous, retaining data privacy, and avoiding trust risks. With Cool Wallet Pro, the key to your future is in your hands.